Hi, I'm Carole Jackson, author of Color Me Beautiful, the book that helps you discover your natural beauty through the colors that make you look great and feel fabulous. We're excited about bringing you Color Me Beautiful in video. Just seeing the potential will start you on the way to a more attractive, more confident you. Actually, I can't claim credit for the Color Me Beautiful concept. The idea came from one of the greatest artists of them all, nature. With her endless palettes, she redecorates the whole world 4 times a year. Winter, summer, autumn, and spring. These seasons' colors, with their perfect harmony, are the secret to the natural, beautiful you. Everyone's coloring is either in the winter, summer, autumn, or spring palette. We're going to help you find your season. Enjoy the discovery. Then stay in tune with your colors and enjoy being you.
Hello, I'm Cindy Howard, a Color Me Beautiful consultant. I'm going to help you find a more beautiful you. I'm not the star of the show, you are. It can be difficult to be objective about yourself, so I suggest that you have 2 or 3 friends take the Color Me Beautiful TV test with you. Remember, the TV screen will be your drapes during the program, so make sure you fine-tune the color. Now let's get down to basics, a basically beautiful you.
Put some color in your life, you'll be amazed what it can do. Put your best foot forward in the right color shoe. Revitalize your wardrobe to bring out your best. Your season's color palette is the key to success. Put some color in your life, discover your color season. You'll be amazed what it can do. Summer, winter, autumn, spring, colorize your wardrobe. Color a beautiful you.
Color does make a major difference in your appearance. Think about it. You probably have at least one outfit in your wardrobe that brings you compliments every time you wear it. And chances are that outfit has your season's colors. So why not wear the right colors all the time to look your best? Color can indeed make a dramatic difference. Look at Sherry. She looks okay, doesn't she? Now look at the difference color can make. Doesn't Sherry look absolutely smashing? Look at both pictures closely. Her makeup is exactly the same. The lighting is exactly the same. The only thing different is the background. It's in one of Sherry's colors. See how it makes her face go from ordinary to extraordinary. Color will make a dramatic difference in you too. And the best part is, once you find your season, the rest is easy. You'll have 30 special colors that will put some color in your life. Marty, Michelle, Paula, and Susie are students like you. Take a close look at them. Each of them are very lovely ladies, but they're not as attractive as they can be. You'll see the difference at the end of the program. You'll all be discovering your seasons together. You'll find at least 30 colors that make you feel terrific, a coordinated wardrobe, and a wonderful new colorful image that's uniquely you. The first step is to select key colors you have worn with success through your lifetime. You will intuitively know whether you are better in cool or warm colors. The summer and winter palettes contain cool, blue-based colors. Autumn and spring contain warm, yellow-based colors. Each column may have some colors that you've worn, but do they all look equally good on you? Ask yourself and your friends, which group is best? Many students, like Marty, have trouble deciding between more than one season. If you're having trouble, here are some guidelines. If you're trying to decide between winter and autumn, ask, am I better in navy, pure white, and clear colors, or brown, pumpkin, and muted gold? If you're trying to choose between winter and summer, ask, do I look good in pastels, like powder pink or blue? Or do I need darker or brighter colors because summer's pastels make me look washed out? To decide whether you're a winter or spring, ask, am I really terrific in ivory, camel, and golden browns? Or am I better in winter's navy, pure white, and dark colors? To determine whether you're a summer or an autumn, decide, am I great in pastel blues and pinks? Or do autumn's pumpkin or mustard colors bring out my best? If you're deciding between summer and spring, ask, which do I wear better? Buff, yellow-green, peach pinks and golden browns, or blue-greens, blue pinks, burgundy or rose-tone brown. If you've narrowed your season down to spring or autumn, ask, can I wear muted colors like mustard, moss green, or very dark brown? Or am I better in clear colors like buff, light clear gold, peach and lighter golden browns? Based on those guidelines, Marty thinks she's a winter. Michelle has decided on summer. Paula thinks she's a spring, and Susie thinks she's an autumn. Now, I'm not going to tell you what season I am, but by the end of the program, you should be able to tell me. Remember to keep the focus on you as we move to step 2. Step 2 is the skin tone test. We'll be looking at undertones, but what you'll really see is a surface coloring. Cool undertones look blue and blue-pink. The cool seasons are our winters and summers. You'll see Michelle's pink-blue look, and Marty, may I have your palm? Marty has a very blue cast to her skin. Michelle, would you come over here? Our warm seasons will look golden, and Paula, our spring, and Susie, our autumn, have a definite golden undertone to their skin. You can really see the difference when we put it next to Michelle's very pink cast.
Gosh, she is so blue.
Thank you, Michelle. If you're still having trouble determining your undertone, you might try a piece of white paper. Hold your arm, palm up, over the piece of white paper and try to determine whether you see a pink cast or a golden cast coming from it. If you see a golden cast, you're probably a warm season. But try not to confuse a golden cast with a sallow cast.
Now, is mine sallow?
No, yours isn't sallow. Yours is truly golden, which is an undertone. Mine is sallow. When you look at my skin tones, it really has a blue or bluish-green cast when it's next to yours.
It does, doesn't it?
Now, your skin tones may not be as obvious as ours are. We're going to show you some characteristics of hair color, skin color, and eye color, and you'll find yourself fitting into one of those 4 patterns. Let's try some makeup tests. This is my favorite part, and it may be yours. We've asked our ladies to clean their faces of all makeup, and we've put white capes around them. The reason that we've done this is to cut down on color interference from underneath, and you will want to do that at home. I also suggest that you gather your friends together because it's difficult to be objective about yourself. Get as many lipsticks and blushes as you can find to play with and start trying on some colors. Makeup is probably the most telling test that you'll have. It's very obvious when it's wrong. For an example, Susie is putting on some burgundy blush and some very bright burgundy lipstick. Susie, I think that the color is just a little bit too strong for you. Would you agree?
I think so, Susie.
We see too much color instead of Susie. You might try something softer from the warm palette. And Paula is working on blush. Paula, the blush is pretty, but I don't see enough of it. I think you need to go a little bit stronger and perhaps a little bit more peach. Our Winter is applying some peach-colored lipstick. And Marty, I see an awful lot of peach-colored lipstick on your lips. I really would like to see a better balance. Why don't you try something that's stronger and more vivid? And Michelle, we haven't gotten to lipstick yet. I have a very pretty shade here that should give you a good natural balance. We should end up with seeing equal amounts of hair, eyes, lips, and cheeks. We're going to show you some of the right colors from each palette. Select the season that you think you are and have fun trying them on. Now that we've done your makeup test and your skin test, the final proof is in the colors. We use a process in the studio called draping with some fabric drapes to show what the right color and the wrong color really do up close to the face. I'm going to ask you ladies to come up and give me a hand, please. And Paula, I'd like to confirm your season. Okay. Would you have a seat in the chair? Sure. But ladies, you have a job also. It's sometimes very difficult to be objective about yourself when you're sitting looking in the mirror. So I would very much like if you would give her some constructive feedback so that she can help interpret what's happening, okay? Let's take a look at what some right color and wrong color can do, and we'll start out with some greens. Paula, this is a green from the Autumn palette, a moss green. What do you think about this color, ladies?
It's not me.
Don't like it too much, okay. The color doesn't like Paula either. It really is too strong on her. It's not enhancing to her. And the right color should enhance your own natural coloring. This is a shade of blue-green from the Summer palette. It's a beautiful color, isn't it? It's a gorgeous color. But the color is really not the best shade of green that we can give to Paula, and I'll show you why. A yellow-green from the Spring palette is more enhancing to her. Did you see the light that came on in your face as we put that yellow-green up? Let me show you again. Let's go back to the Summer blue-green, which is pretty, but it has a downward drag on your face. Back we come to the Spring yellow-green, and Paula comes alive.
I would have never picked that color on my own.
Oh, well, it's beautiful on you. Let's try some pinks. Do you wear much pink?
I do like pink.
Good. This is a pink that we call magenta from the Winter palette, a very strong blue pink. Although the winter colors have in common with spring colors that they're both clear, this color is too strong and blue-based for you.
You think so?
Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, let's try something from the Summer palette. And this is a soft, pretty color called mauve, a lovely color. But the same thing is happening to you in dusty and muted colors, Paula. Your jawline is filling out, and we have a downward movement. You should be
It's not good?
No, it really isn't, because you can look much better in something that lifts the eye upwards.
You know what? It matches your makeup, too, perfectly.
It looks beautiful. A
do
good
like
balance.
That's incredible.
Let's try some blues. This is teal from the Autumn palette. Everybody loves teal, I know, but autumns are the only ones that we do give teal to. The teal, although it's an attractive color and it is in the same family as the spring would wear. It's just a little bit too dark and heavy. And we're focusing too much on color and not on Paula. The right color can clarify the face and hide circles under the eyes and again give an upward lift. And the wrong color causes those things to come forward. This is a blue from the winter palette, a navy, and the navy again, although it's very clear, is just too strong for Paula.
It's not good.
We're out of balance.
Oh, I have so much navy.
Burn it.
Well, no, don't burn it. Add something to the neckline, and you might even take some aqua from the spring palette that we've just shown you and add it to the navy that you've already got,
That would work.
and it will again bring the lights back up to the face.
That is incredible.
This is a clear aqua from the spring palette, and you can see how she just comes to life. Now we have an equal balance of hair, eyes, cheeks, lips, and color instead of being out of balance. Now, Paula, you're the star of the show, as you should be. Now that you've seen the dramatic differences that color can make, it's your turn. Position yourself in front of the television monitor so that it frames you in the background. Don't forget to look in your mirror and have your friends help you be objective. Use the television screen as your set of drapes and choose the colors that are really most attractive on you. To compare autumn or winter, ask yourself, do I look better in autumn's orange-red or winter's blue-red? Warm beige or pure white? Dark brown or navy blue? Autumn's orange or winter's magenta? To compare summer and spring colors, ask yourself, which is more flattering, summer's blue-red or spring's orange-red? Summer's rose-brown or spring's golden-brown? Blue-green or yellow-green? Summer's rose-pink or spring's peach? If you're trying to decide whether you're an autumn or a spring, take this color test. Is autumn's mustard becoming on you, or do you look better in spring's light clear gold? Autumn's dark brown, or spring's golden brown? Bright orange, or light peach? Moss green, or pastel yellow green? You know what we're going to do? We're going to test Michelle between winter and summer because she really is close. She's on the borderline almost. And some summer colors and some winter colors may look good on her, but we're going to find out which she really is. Let's try some greens. Do you wear much green, Michelle?
Not this dark.
Okay, this is just a little tiny bit dark. With all of the contrast that you have in your hair, eyes, and skin tone, you can almost wear this color. It's a pretty color. But let's try a dark summer blue-green. What do you think about that?
Is that better?
Can you see the difference looking in the mirror between this one and this one? She looks harder in this one, and she looks softer and rosier, younger in this one, yes. Let's try some more. Everybody would like to wear black, I know, but winter is the only season that we give black to because winter is the only season that has enough contrast to wear it well. Everybody has a black dress in their closet, but this black is just missing being best for you, and we want to give you an extra edge, Michelle.
That's not right.
I think that her most elegant color, instead of black, would be rose brown. She needs a little bit of softness added to her colors, especially when they get to the darker end of the hue. But this one is much better on Michelle than the black. So, Michelle, you're a summer. If you're deciding between summer and winter, ask yourself, do I look better in rose brown or black? Soft white or pure white? Summer's powder pink or winter's magenta? Summer's soft blue or winter's royal blue? If you can't decide whether you're an autumn or a summer, here's your color test. Do you look better in autumn's orange-red or summer's blue-red? Camel or rose-brown? Autumn's orange or summer's powder pink? Moss green or blue-green? To determine whether you're a winter or a spring, Ask yourself, which color is better on me? Blue red or orange red? Pure white or ivory? Black or camel? Winter's magenta or spring's peach? It's easy to see that Marty looks much better in the magenta than she does in the peach. If you have any doubts about your season, rewind the video cassette and look at the comparisons for the seasons you're confused about again. Don't forget to ask your friends for help. Keep viewing and reviewing until you feel confident about your color season. Then stay tuned to discover more about your color palette and your clothing personality.
Stay in tune with your colors. Stay in tune with the real you. Just colorize and harmonize and watch your best come through. Revitalize your wardrobe to bring out your best. Your season's color palette is your key to success. Put some color in your life. Enjoy your season's colors. You'll be amazed what it can do. Summer, winter, autumn, spring, colorize your wardrobe. Color a beautiful you.
Ladies, now that we've confirmed each of your seasons, we're going to take you through a special process, and that is not only finding your colors, but learning how to use them, because each of you will look uniquely wonderful within your own group of colors. And we'll teach you how to use your best basics and your best neutral colors and your range of blues, greens, and everything that will work together to give you your unique look in the palette. Does that sound exciting?
Great.
Let's do it. I asked Louise to come along today because she has a different coloring combination and less contrast, and she's going to look different in her winter palette. I'd like to show you how some of these colors look on you, and we'll pull some very special looks for you. Okay?
Fantastic.
Something I'd like to tell you first about the winter palette, though, is that winter colors are all very blue-based, strong, vivid, intense colors. And when you're thinking the winter palette, think icy, true, and vivid. Don't forget that not only do you have some bright, strong colors, but you also get some soft, icy colors, so that you can get a romantic or softer look out of your winter palette as easily as having a dramatic or more vivid look. And when we're starting, we would choose the neutrals to buy your first suit purchases, and you might want to add a first blouse in a neutral color as well, and perhaps go to accessories in neutral colors. Now let's take a look at some basic colors. Basic colors are darker, less memorable colors than your neutrals were. And we're going to use basics to fill out the wardrobe and to pull it together. You might choose basics to be your first basic dress. You might use them for a second suit, and sometimes accessories work well too. Navy is a good first basic choice, and in the winter palette we also have true red, blue red, burgundy, pine green makes a good basic for you. Make sure that your navy stays dark, crisp, and clear rather than going to a yellow-looking marine navy, because that really won't do well for your skin tone. And also make sure that you keep your navy clear and sharp rather than soft and dusty looking. Okay?
No, that's so odd. I can't wear a blue that's got a yellow undertone to it, but I can wear yellow.
Good question. We give you one yellow, and many winters are afraid to wear yellow because they understand that yellow often has a really golden undertone to it. When you're wearing yellow, you want to keep your yellow crisp, strong, and keep the very heavy golden inflection away from it. Now, Marty, a way that you can wear yellow beautifully, by itself it's nice, but to really add some impact to your yellow, I might suggest that you wear it with some black. And that looks striking on you.
It is.
And you also might choose a little bit of an accent in red with that color combination. Isn't that pretty?
Very dramatic.
Now we move into our icy colors. A lot of winters are afraid that they're not going to get any soft, delicate, romantic looks. And we'll give you icy colors. Remember, though, that icy colors are not pastel colors. Icy colors are white with a tiny drop of color added to them. And you might think of mixing a bucket of paint. You start with some white and you're going to add some color to it. And when you start, you would perhaps add 1 drop of color to that bucket of paint or 2 drops of color to that bucket of paint, and you'll have your icy colors. If you were to add too many drops of color to that bucket of paint, you would end up with a soft or dusty looking color or a stronger color, perhaps a pastel, that you really didn't want. Now you've found as Winters that you can have a strong, dramatic look. You can have a little bit more of an earthy look without moving into a warm palette. You can have a sporty, natural look, or you can have a soft, delicate, romantic look. Michelle, you are a lovely summer. You're a little bit stronger in coloring than some summers that we typically see, and because of that you're going to look a little bit different in your summer palette than many other summers would. I'm going to show you some colors now from your summer palette and explain the range to you, and I think we're going to find that your deeper values are probably going to be the best values on you. When you think of summer colors, though, you want to remember to have a soft blue base to your colors, and they should be pastels, medium range. Think watercolor, summery, rosy, subdued, muted colors. Dusty, powdery are good words to think when you're looking at your blues and your pinks from your summer palette. First, we'll show you neutrals. Remember that the neutrals are almost colorless colors, the base to your wardrobe when you start choosing your first suits and accessories. And your neutrals start with a soft white. Now, we gave a pure, strong white to our winter, if you'll remember, but summer gets a soft, rosy, almost marshmallow white. And ironically, sometimes you'll see this in the store called winter white, but don't be confused. It really does belong to you. And then we move into a soft rose beige. Remember to keep a little tiny bit of pink in your neutrals because that will be more flattering to the rest of your face. And next we go to cocoa. Summers do get some browns, unlike winters, even though you're both cool seasons. But a summer brown must have some pink in it, and you'll see the soft pinkness and dustiness to this color that we call cocoa. And moving down into the darkest color from your family, which is a rose brown. Summers most often wear blues. They instinctively know that they can wear almost any blue. This one is called blue-gray. And again, we talked about a soft focus to summer colors. Remember that when your colors get deeper, to the darker end of summer values, that you want to add a little tiny bit of gray to help soften them. You get some clear colors as a summer too, and we'll show you some of those. But this one is soft. You might also think of it as your denim color. You're really the only one that legally gets to wear jeans. Let's move into some greens. Many summers don't realize that they have some greens available that they can wear well. It's important to remember when you're looking for green that you keep it very blue. As a matter of fact, the bluer you get your green, the better it will be for you. You get more pinks than any other season.
Oh, good, good.
And we start with a soft, powdery looking pink. Remember that powdered means that it's had a little tiny bit of gray added to it. It also is a light color. This particular version of pink is a clear pink. We call this one pastel pink. A little bit darker in value than our powdered pink.
Like baby pink.
Baby pink is a good word for this. Actually, almost any pink belongs to summer, except a pink that is very coral looking, that has a yellow base to it, or you don't want to go to a very strong, intense, hot pink that will overpower you, but almost any other pink belongs. We also give some reds to summer. A lot of summer people don't realize they can wear red. The important thing to remember with your reds is to keep away from a very golden or an orange red, and don't go too intense in your red. Although we're giving you some blue red, you want to make sure that your blue red doesn't overpower you. Now, although you as a summer may not be quite as strong and vivid as Michelle's coloring, you'll find lots of other pretty delicate color combinations that you can make for yourself also. Paula, you're such a bright and perky spring with delicate coloring. We seem to see that bright perkiness coming up for some reason in our springs so often. And you know, part of the idea behind the soft, light, delicate spring colors is to really complement the little bit of perkiness that you've got and to keep from having that fade away in some of the darker, stronger colors. Let's start out with some neutrals. Ivory's your first neutral. That's your best white.
I wear that color all the time.
You like lots of ivory.
I wear it together with more ivory.
lots ivory together.
Uh-huh.
And also ivory is such a wonderful neutral because it can be used with every single color in your color palette. You're not limited with it at all. Do stay away from pure white. The only time we would find pure white acceptable is if it were mixed in a print with some of your other colors, and that will give you some of the contrast. You, more than some of the other seasons, need to think of a little bit of contrast when you're putting your coloring combinations together. We'll show you some interesting combinations. Your next neutral is a buff, and really you get most creams through light clear beiges and many soft yellows. And the next one is light clear beige. Let's go to your basics, Paula. Spring does get some navy. And although many springs try to wear navy that's too dark for them, we want you to try to find a lighter, clearer, more delicate navy. Now, it's almost not navy, but you can find it. It can mix beautifully with most of your colors and most all of your neutrals. This is an example of another neutral for you, and it's a light clear gold. The important thing to remember...
Never thought I looked good in that color.
It's beautiful on you.
Do you really think so?
Yes, but I think I'm going to like you even better in one of your brighter, clearer yellows, which I'll show you now. But the important thing to remember with your light clear gold is to keep it from becoming muddy. Don't go into a darker autumn color. And that makes a very pretty contrast as well. Remember, keep thinking contrast. Light, clear, delicate Easter egg colors, but some contrast. Let's try some greens. Springs do best in greens that have a yellow cast to them. This is a light value and a medium value of green, working all the way down to a color that we call chartreuse. Would you put your hand right there?
Yeah.
Thank you. These are your best greens because they do have the yellow base to them. This last shade is just a little bit too strong for you to wear as an everyday color. If you were to wear that, we would see you coming in chartreuse. So what we would do for you with this color, Paula, is suggest that you wear it as an accent. And remember that accent is only 10 to 15% of the total amount of the outfit that you're wearing. This color is called peach. Any peach will do for you. Any apricot, any salmon works beautifully. And you'll see that the lipstick and blush that you have on blend with all of your colors beautifully. That means only one lipstick and one blush for you. Won't that make it easier?
Terrific. I could clean out my makeup bag.
This one's pretty. It's called Clear Salmon. I like to think of this as a sportier look, something that you might choose for sportswear or the summertime. Now we're moving into your pinks. A lot of springs aren't aware that they can wear pink. We want to stay away from a blue pink.
Okay.
That's important. And don't go to a dark, strong, hot pink. What do you think?
I love my colors.
And I love you in them.
Thank you, Cindy.
Susie is our spicy autumn, and Susie, we're going to show you some gorgeous autumn colors. But I'd like to tell you a little bit about the autumn palette first. It's a warm palette with a golden undertone, and you'll get rich, earthy colors. Think of the autumn time of the year, rusts, dark moss, greens, bronze colors, but you'll also get some bright, fiery colors. Think soft, blended, but you have a little bit of contrast. And remember, when you do mute your colors, we're going to add a little tiny bit of golden gray to your colors to soften them. I think you'll find that mostly your subdued colors will be in your lighter neutrals that we're showing you now. This is your best white, and it's called Oyster, a soft, delicate, beige-looking white. And you'll notice that the drape has some texture to it. We like to see autumns in a little bit of texture to add some weight to their natural coloring that calls for a little bit of a weighty look.
Sometimes, what do you mean by weighty look?
Well, you have a burnished look about your coloring, a medium to dark contrast between your hair, your eyes, your skin tone, and of course the lipstick. And you need a color that will emphasize that without overpowering you. Another neutral for you, and remember, use your neutrals in suits, accessories, to build your wardrobe. They're almost colorless colors, is beige, and almost any warm beige belongs to an autumn. It can be light, it can be dark, it can be soft, it can be a little bit stronger. I'm showing you some basic colors now. And if you remember, basic colors are the stronger, darker, but kind of less memorable colors in the palette. So they're the colors that you can get away with wearing over and over again when you blend with your neutrals and add other accenting colors to them, and people won't notice them as much. That's why we call them basics.
I can't believe no one would notice this
Well,
color.
when you blend it with a darker shade or a neutral, for instance, you could have a suit of this color with a neutral blouse underneath and perhaps a little bit of contrast in some piping, a button trim, and so forth. You can do a lot with adding color to it, from greens to bronzes
That
to,
looks good together. Yeah.
even some purple will work with your orange red. The
I
next
like
one is
that,
rust.
yeah.
All our autumns like rust.
I know, I do like that color.
And any version of rust will do for you. That's beautiful. And the next basic is called forest green. Let's show some softer, more delicate looking colors. This is a muted peach apricot color for a more delicate or a romantic look
That's
when the time
pretty.
calls for it. And you can also use it to mix with your basics. This is the closest thing you get to pink, so this one I hope you'll like.
Coral. Coral?
It's a salmon color, and you can even let
I
it become a
love
little bit
that.
pinker than this if
Yeah.
you'd like. But don't go into a pure pink, because pure pink will not be enhancing to you at all. It will cause you to look a little bit on the ruddy side. It will fight the redness in your hair, and you just won't have a blended, overall balanced look. And remember, that's what we work for, a balance from head to toe. And I think we're going to give you an extra color here that not everybody gets. We're giving it to you because you're a strong, fairly vivid autumn. And it's a darker purple from the autumn palette. It does have a warm base to it. And let's see, that is
That
just
does look
absolutely
good. I would
terrific
never
on
have
you.
chosen that color in
No?
anything, not even a bathing suit.
Now, how do you feel about your colors?
I like them better. I really do.
Good.
Some I already liked, and I like them a lot better, and I know I will as I work with them. Thank you.
Look. Ladies, you've learned some interesting guidelines about each one of your palettes, found out how to use the colors, and some pretty coloring combinations for each of you. There are a few things that I'd just like to remind you about each of the palettes. Marty, our winter, remember to stay clear, vivid, strong, and blue-based in your colors, and you can add a few of those icy colors to give you that special touch. Michelle, our beautiful summer, your colors should be soft, dusty, watercolor, pastel colors. Colors should have a rosy hue. Our spring, Paula, keep the clear, delicate look to your colors, golden based. Some of the colors can be kind of vivid, but not too overwhelming. And Susie, our autumn, your colors should stay rich, burnished, warm, earthy colors. Are you all pleased with your seasons?
I just have one question.
What's that?
Who wants to go shopping?
Me? I'm ready.
I'll go along. You know, color is the most important factor, but it's not the only factor. Clothing style is important too. This is something we call clothing personality, and it's based on body type, coloring, and special personality characteristics. We have 6 basic clothing personality styles: dramatic, natural, romantic, classic, ingenue, and gamin. Choose your clothing personality based on your best body line, but don't forget to modify it with special accents to create that style that's uniquely yours.
The sporty natural woman is the casual type. She has an energetic stride and an informal, friendly manner. If you are sporty natural, you look good in all kinds of sportswear. You can wear boots and leather, skirts and sweaters, tailored suits with top stitching. Nubby, natural, and hand-woven fabrics are good for you, as are tweeds, plaids, checks, and paisleys. Your print should be large, casual designs. Solids are great for you too, especially in textured fabrics. For dressy occasions, you are best in plain-colored, matte-finished fabrics such as heavy crepe, raw silk, jersey, or even quilted material. The sporty natural woman is best in simple jewelry and not much of it. Makeup is minimal and natural, and hair needs a casual cut. The tight, curly perm works well for some. The windblown look is often perfect. The romantic woman has a curvy figure and looks best in clothes that have gently curved lines with either a crisply bouffant or softly draped silhouette. Her fabric should be luxurious and soft with a sheen, and her print should be rounded in feeling and design. Because she has striking coloring, the romantic may dress with a theatrical flair. though she must be careful not to look overdone. The romantic often has a beautiful face or a special facial feature, such as her eyes or complexion, and should choose necklines, accessories, and accent colors to draw the eye to her face. Her hair is best in curves or curls, and her makeup can be strong but not overpowering. If you are overweight, your best look may be romantic. Curling your hair and wearing the colors that most flatter you will draw the eye away from those extra pounds and up to your face. Always remember to seek femininity in both style and fabric. The classic type has even regular facial features, medium coloring, and a well-proportioned body. She is tailored, conservative but smart, and always well-groomed. Typically, she has good posture and poise. If you are the classic type, choose a controlled hairstyle, straight or curled, but not extreme. Your makeup, too, must be conservative. Jewelry should be average size and subtle, but smart. Because the classic woman is medium everything, she needs to wear makeup, jewelry, and accessories to make her look exciting. The classic woman avoids extremes in fashion, fabrics, and prints. She achieves distinction through fine fabric, soft, straight lines, and immaculately tailored clothes. The Gammon's petite stature and pixie face give her a youthful look. She is compact and well-proportioned rather than delicate or dainty. She has a friendly, bubbly personality and a go-for-it attitude. The Gammon's uncluttered look calls for little jewelry and moderate makeup. A tight, curly perm works well for some, but a short, straight, sassy cut is also good. Clean, straight lines and natty details in her clothes complement both her body type and her energetic spirit. Contrasting buttons, patch pockets, a tie, or a vest all suit her when scaled down to her size. Crisp, lightweight fabrics with a matte finish create the snappy, well-pressed appearance that suits her. She can wear tweeds, but only if sharp rather than blended. Her prints must be small and well-defined. Now we have the ingenue, pretty, dainty, and delicate in building coloring. Like the romantic, she needs feminine styles, curved lines, soft or crispy fabrics, and delicate prints. She is not theatrical, and her figure is youthful. The ingenue looks best in hairstyles with curves or curls, soft, loose, or tight. She has a fresh, unsophisticated, natural femininity and should wear dainty jewelry and minimal makeup. The ingenue is best in her softer colors and lightweight fabrics with a matte finish. Sheer, crisp cotton, voile, organdy, dotted Swiss, eyelet, thin jersey, or any youthful fabric is suitable for evening wear. The ingenue eventually matures out of the girlish look, usually becoming a sophisticated romantic or a classic. The dramatic woman is usually tall and thin with dark or striking coloring and angular features. Any sharp or prominent facial feature is great on a dramatic. So are broad, even bony shoulders. Full-fledged dramatics are skinny and exotic looking and have flat hips and long legs. If you are a dramatic, you can wear extremes in fashion, either straight lines and hard finish fabrics or ultra-billowy clothes. Enjoy the most exotic colors in your palette. Your jewelry should be bold, simple, and large, or elaborate. Your hair may be severely simple, ornately curled, or sleek back. Makeup applied theatrically works for you. On you, almost anything goes.
Now that we've seen all of the different items that make up each clothing personality, do you ladies have any ideas about what you think you might be? Any suggestions?
Romantic?
Romantic?
Classic, I'm sure.
Perhaps.
Ingenue?
Ingenue.
I'm not really sure because I see myself a certain way, and yet I find people see me differently.
That's one of the reasons that clothing personality is so important. Everybody sees themselves a little bit differently than people truly perceive them. And we want to show you your absolute best line for you to wear and then how to modify it. We base your best line on your body type. So let's take a look at each of you individually and see if we can find out where you are, okay? How about you, Marty? Marty, tell me, how tall are you?
Oh, just 5'8½".
5'8½". You have a beautiful long line to your body. You're developed in a way that we call linearly developed, and that means that rather than having a rounded movement, you have a longer line through the arms and through the leg, through the torso, and perhaps a soft, graceful delicateness about the neck. So you have an almost wispy look to you, but a very regal bearing. And because of that, we would call Marty a dramatic clothing personality. That's her best line based on her body type. What you've done with your clothing, Marty, is display that in high contrast. Lines are very good rather than curved prints. I see that you have a loose jacket sleeve, and it might be even better if you let it become a little bit longer. Remember that your proportions are just a little bit longer than normal, so you want to stay with your clothing a little bit more out of proportion so that you have a balanced look.
Okay, thank you.
How about you, Michelle? Michelle, how tall are you?
5'10".
5'10", another tall one. When I look at you, Michelle, I have a tendency to say that you would be a dramatic also because you are tall, but you have a little tiny bit more substance to your body. Your line is a little bit less willowy and a tiny bit more full, especially through the shoulders. You do have long legs and long arms, but I think your best line, rather than being a strong, straight, crisp line that we gave to the dramatic, would be a soft, straight line. And the very important thing for a natural to remember is that she goes with a loose line, an unconstructed look, and some softness. Textures are sometimes good for a natural. I'd like to see less fullness and fluffiness up around the neck area and a cleaner look. You might try some texture, you might try some prints, especially plaids are very good for naturals, but keep in mind that you also have a very formal bearing, and we want to modify your clothing personality, even though we're calling you a natural, with a little bit more of a dramatic flair. So think of yourself as a kind of a high fashion person. Go into soft, curved lines, but keep that really upbeat look.
Thank you.
Paula. Paula, you have lovely curved lines to your body and to your facial features, around the curve of the jawline and even in the nose and around the mouth. Soft, delicate coloring, and I just can't think of anything that we could put you in except for romantic.
Romantic?
Romantic. Romantic means soft, curved lines rather than purely straight lines. You don't have to go with lots of ruffles and fluff, but you might think of curving the collar line, adding a little soft bow and perhaps a little bit less pleat and more softness through the skirt, perhaps a little bit of fullness in the waistline area to have the skirt flow a little bit more. Think of soft textures and very delicate romantic colors when we're thinking about the romantic palette.
Thank you.
And last but not least, Susie. Susie, how tall are you?
5'4".
5'4". I would suggest, Susie, that your best look would be classic. And the reason that I suggest that is that you have equal proportions. Not only are your proportions from head to toe equal, but your dimensions are fairly regular as well. So you want a balanced look. The important thing for a classic to remember is that they are proportioned and they need to keep that proportionate look in their clothing and not to wear anything that's outsized. But Susie, you have a little tiny bit of the gammon about you. We see it in the line of your cheek and the perkiness in your features and even in your smile. And because you are just a little bit to the small side, and I'll bet that you were a true gammon when you were younger, we want to think about modifying that personality line with some contrast, like you've done. Some small stripes, little tiny bits of accent, tight little bows on your straight classic line will be wonderful.
Great, thanks.
we can see how important clothing personality can be in a total enhancement of your look. Marty, our dramatic, and Michelle, our natural, with a dramatic flair. Paula, our romantic, and Susie, our classic with a little touch of gammon. Do you all understand clothing personality? Yes?
Well, I still feel romantic inside sometimes.
Well, we won't forget that you're still a romantic inside, but it's important to remember your best body line, and that's what your clothing personality should be. But don't forget to modify it with other characteristics. Use jewelry, texture, perhaps some curls, some accessories to really bring out the uniquely you that you can package for yourself. We've covered a lot of information today, but I'm sure that there are still some questions that you all have that we haven't touched.
What can I do to adapt my present wardrobe to what I've learned here today?
That's an excellent question, and I'm sure you'd all like to know, because I think that everybody has something, at least something, in their wardrobe that's not in their palette. For instance, Marty, if you have a jacket that's the wrong color, you might try a blouse that has a high neckline, perhaps a scarf, some costume jewelry to bring the right color up to the face area. If you have a dress that's the wrong color, try putting a jacket over it that is the right color. Just always remember to stay in the right makeup and bring the correct color somehow up close to the face.
That's a relief. I'm glad I don't have to get rid of all my old clothes.
So that makes us all happy.
Cindy, I have a question. If a person dyes their hair, does that change their season?
Well, with so many people coloring their hair nowadays, it's something we really need to know. But you know, just by coloring your hair, you can't change a season because it really is genetic. You're born with it, and nothing will change it. However, if you do go into coloring hair, it will throw a shade or a cast on the face. And it may change the way you look in your own palette so that certain colors are not quite as good as they were at one time, or perhaps other colors are better. Just remember, if you are coloring hair, to stay in the golden undertones for the warm seasons, spring and autumn, and the cool ashy undertones for the summer and winter seasons.
Cindy, how about jewelry? Do you have to have like certain color of jewelry for seasons, different seasons?
Well, we recommend silver, white gold, platinum colors of metals for the cool seasons, the winter and summer. The reason that we do, if you'll think about the cool colors that you have, you'll realize that the white gold will blend most beautifully with all of those colors, but if you were to put yellow gold with it, it would be just off a little bit. Conversely, the warm metals really do work beautifully with the autumn and spring season. Winters might think about using diamonds. They make you sparkle. Of course, you all get diamonds, but that's just a little extra special. Colored stones in your season for summers, and soft, creamy-looking pearls are wonderful for you. You can find pearls that have a rosy cast. Springs and autumns might go to a warmer-looking pearl, and of course, a winter would wear a white pearl.
Cindy, when you're buying a print or a plaid, do you have to be careful that all the colors in it are of your palette, or does it really matter?
The most important thing to think about when you're buying a print of any kind is that the total overall focus of the color belongs to your season. In other words, for a spring, you want to make sure that it has a golden base, but that it's light and delicate. And remember to think a little bit of contrast. But if you slip a little bit of pure white or some of winter's colors in there, it really won't make that much difference. Just remember to accessorize from your palette also.
What about the size of the print or the plaid?
Size of print is truly important, and especially for someone that's small, like you are, Susie. You want to keep the scale of your print or plaid very small. For someone that's a little bit larger, a dramatic or a natural, they can go a little bit larger in print style, and it does play a little bit into our clothing personality lesson.
You mean, like Susie, could she wear the plaid that Michelle's got on, or would that work for her?
No, it really wouldn't work for Susie because Susie is small of stature, so Susie needs to scale all of her prints down. Perhaps instead of a large check, she might go to a tiny check or a very small, closely spaced stripe.
I'll tell you a problem I always have trouble with, and that's base. I never get it right. It's either too orange, or it's too white, or it's ivory, or how do you pick a base color, foundation color?
I'll show you an example of a cool color and a warm color, and I'll put it on my hand so you each can see what it looks like. This is a pink color, and that's a cool base. And when you put a color next to it, if you're not sure of exactly what your foundation looks like, compare the two, and you can see that the pink color, or the cool base, has a purplish cast to it, and you see a definite yellow cast coming from the warm color. Remember, warm seasons are in golden undertones for their foundation. Think natural, bronze, ivory, and cool seasons are in the pink cast to their foundation. Think sand, rose, bisque. You always want to check the foundation to the jawline and blend your foundation very well with the damp sponge when you're applying.
Cindy, does it make a difference if you have a suntan? Does your season change?
It's just like coloring your hair. Doesn't change your season, but it might change the way the colors look on you within your own palette. By the way, I didn't tell you about my season at the beginning of the program. Have any of you guessed what it is?
Your summer.
You guessed. You know, putting some color in my life gave me confidence, and as we have seen, color really makes a tremendous effect on the outside. Carole Jackson realized when she wrote the book Color Me Beautiful that it also makes a tremendous difference on the inside.
Now that you know your colors, take advantage of them from head to toe and let yourself glow. The special magic of color is that your new image is authentically you. You're not hiding what you don't like about yourself. You're revealing your best. The real fun comes as you develop your own sense of style, the look that says, I am me. Style is not fashion. Style is the positive expression of your individuality, of both your inner and your outer personality. Color is not static, it's vital and dynamic, and it can make you feel vital and dynamic too. You can color yourself beautiful in the truest sense of the word, with the glow, the beauty that comes from total harmony and satisfaction with yourself.
Stay in tune with your colors. Stay in tune with the real you. Just colorize and harmonize and watch your best come through. Revitalize your wardrobe to bring out your best. Your season's color palette is your key to success. Put some color in your life. Enjoy your season's colors. You'll be amazed what it can do. Summer, winter, autumn, spring, colorize your wardrobe. Color a beautiful you. Classic, gammon or natural, ingenue, romantic, dramatic. What type are you? Your season's color palette brings out your best. Then your fashion style adds the look of success. Put it all together in your own unique way. Develop your look that will confidently say, hey world, it's me, colorfully.
We hope you enjoyed watching Color Me Beautiful and found it useful for determining your season. Now you can learn makeup techniques to complement your new look with 8-minute makeovers. This book and video set shows you how to use makeup to project 4 different images. Classic, refined and understated, earthy, casual and carefree, romantic, feminine and soft, or glamorous, trendy and up to the minute. The set features useful makeup tricks demonstrated on the videotape and described in the book to help every woman look her best in every situation. 8-minute makeovers makes a great gift, and it's available from the same local retailer who sold you Color Me Beautiful. Look your best in the right makeup for every occasion.